Hey, what's up guys? Dale Valor here from Modern Flirting. So check this out, man. One of the things that I see guys lack the most when it comes to interacting with girls is conversation. Okay, you have this ping pong match going back and forth of just these bland, boring questions that she's been through a million times. She's already heard, what do you do for work? She's heard, where do you go to school? She's heard, what do you do for fun? She's heard that all before a million times. Why are you trying to be 1,000,001? Okay, what you want to do is to have a good conversation, to connect, to start getting to know each other a little bit better. So what we're going to talk about today is conversational skills. We're going to hop into that right now. Let's get it. Hey guys, if you have not subscribed to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Here at this channel, if you're new, man, there's so much content, so many things available, and I do not want you to miss out on all the content that we're bringing you in regards to health, wealth, relationships. Man, the list is endless of all the things to help you level up to be the type of guy that you want to be. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, man. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos that we're putting out there, all right? Second to that, make sure that you like the video. Hit that thumbs up, man. And I know that you see the same type of spiel in every video you watch, but this is why this is so important, because it's not just about you. I'd like to think of all of us as guys that are trying to level up, and I include myself in that, okay? I'd like to think of us as a community, and I don't want people missing out on the opportunity to get the type of information that they need. So by you hitting that thumbs up, by you hitting that notification bell, by you sharing these videos with a friend, it gets the word out. The algorithm loves it, and it puts the video in front of other people's eyes who may really need to see this type of content. So do me a favor and do those things. Do yourself a favor and do those things, and do the next man a favor by doing those things. All right, we're gonna hop back into it. Let's get it. Number one, leads. Look, man, you know, here's the deal. In the attraction ladder, it's the whole video series that we're working on right now. You've already went up, you started conversations. If you saw the last video, if you didn't, we'll link it up and you can start the attraction ladder there, you know, where everything starts. But now, what are you gonna do past that? You've already started everything. You started the interaction. Where are you going to take it from there? That's where leads comes in, okay? When we're talking about leads, really what we're talking about is conversational threads. And I'm gonna give you a great way to really look for those conversational threads and start that conversation. You know, you can feel it starting to flow, you can feel it going somewhere, and get to know her a little bit better. First, let me say this. A conversational thread, if you don't know what that is, okay? A conversational thread is, if I make a statement to you, such as, yeah, so today I'm gonna shoot a YouTube video on starting conversations. How many shifts in that conversation can you take out of that statement? That is a good exercise for you to run with from this video, okay? Again, the statement was, today I'm gonna shoot a YouTube video on starting conversations. Okay, well, I'm gonna break it down a little bit. You could talk about conversation, like we're doing right now. We're having a conversation about conversation. You could talk about YouTube. You could talk about shooting videos. You could talk about what else I did today. There's 4 things right there, okay, that you could take that conversation into another direction to keep that conversation flowing. One of my favorite ways to really start to look for conversational threads is this. Hey, just out of curiosity, how do you guys all know each other? Because here's the deal. A girl likely, unless it's like at the mall or in the grocery store or something like that, most girls that are attractive are not gonna be alone. Okay, so that being said, they're gonna be with a group of friends. It could be guys and girls. It could be all girls. It could be her and her 2 best friends. It could be her at a bachelorette party. It could be her and family. The list never ends, okay? So that little question, hey, out of general curiosity, how do you guys all know each other? What I'm trying to find out is, well, A, how they all know each other, B, if this is even something that is going to work for me in the sense of, should I keep this interaction going? You know, so there's a few different reasons here that I want that information. C being, I'm looking for conversational threads, okay? So, assuming it's just a group of friends, they might tell me, oh, we all went to school together. Or they might tell me they all work together. Or they might tell me they all grew up together. Or they just met that night. Or, again, the list never ends. This is how they might know each other. But assuming they all went to college together, then I could say something to the effect of, oh, you guys look like Michigan State girls. Don't even tell me that you guys went to Michigan State. Okay, so now I'm throwing out a statement. We'll get to that in a little bit, but here's the deal. What can I talk about from Michigan State? Say I'm right, and they're all wearing Michigan State stuff. Oh, how did you know? Well, I don't know. She's wearing a Michigan State hoodie, so I don't know. Kind of gave it away, but you know. Nonetheless, you know, the thing is that what can I talk about in regards to Michigan State? I could talk about college experiences. I could talk about college parties, dorm life, sports. You know, like there's a litany of things that I could talk about. Classes, obviously. You know, the list goes on and on and on. So I can shift that conversation. I could say something to the effect of this. Don't even tell me that you guys were in some kind of sorority together. Like, I know how you guys get down. You know, and so now we're talking about sorority life, or the lack thereof if they weren't in a sorority, but maybe one of them was. It's just like, oh yeah, it was. What's your craziest pledge story? You know what I mean? And now we're having a conversation, and it all started from out of general curiosity. How do you guys all know each other, right? So here's the deal. Look for those conversational threads. Look for those leads and take the conversation in the direction that you want it to go, and continue doing that, because every time that you say something, there's going to be a few more leads that come off of that statement or the statement that they make back to you. Okay, so there's all kinds of things to look for. You just have to be aware enough to look for them. Stop saying, I don't know what to say. It's not that you don't know what to say. It's that you have too much on your mind to say. My mind goes blank. I don't know what to say. Come on, man. You know what the deal is. You've got too much going on inside your head, and you can't narrow it down, and you can't just simply pick something. Okay? All right, guys, we're gonna get to number 2. Let's get it. Number 2, statements and questions. Okay, look, check this out. So, in the earlier example that I gave, oh, don't even tell me you guys are Michigan State girls. That's a statement. Now, they could say, oh, we all went to college together. And I could say, oh, really? Where'd you go to college? You know, now we're falling back into that interviewee type of, I call it verbal ping pong, you know, where it's like, where did you go to college? Michigan State. What do you do for fun? I go fishing, whatever, right? And so that's all that is. These girls have been down this a million times, like I said before, right? So make yourself distinguishable, make yourself unique, have the type of conversation that no other guys is having with her. And statements is a big part of that, all right? So if you make a statement about her, oh, don't even tell me you guys are Michigan State girls. That is much more fun than me just simply asking them, okay? I'm displaying a little bit of my personality. It's not boring, and I'm getting conversational threads to work off. Now, you may hear other coaches or you know, other channels or whatever say, don't ask girls questions. My take on that is it's okay to ask girls questions, but start with a statement. Okay, so for instance, oh, you guys all must be Michigan State girls.
Oh, we are. You know, that's so funny. How did you know? And da-da-da-da-da.
And then I could be like, well, you guys just kind of have that Michigan State vibe about yourself, kind of a party vibe and things like that. By chance, were you guys in a sorority? You see? So now that's a follow-up question based off of the lead or conversational thread that I found before, okay? And now it opens it up to more conversation, okay? So you can ask follow-up questions. Don't make it look like you're trying to do an investigative journalism piece on sorority life or something. You know what I mean? Don't just keep down that same path, just milking it. Look for that next lead to jump off of and make a statement, few questions, pick something out of those questions, jump to something else. That's how a conversation works. And these are a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about in my Attraction Ladder Bootcamp coming up the 25th on Zoom. And if you want to get down on that, we're going to go super deep for 3 days on all the concepts of the attraction ladder. If you don't know what the attraction ladder is, we're going to link up the video that breaks all that down, lets you know what it is. Now let's talk about how we can apply it to your life and deal with the sticking points that you deal with and help level you up and bring everything to where it should be, and you can start living the type of life that you want on your terms. All right, we're gonna get to number 3. Let's get it. Number 3, stories, okay? Here's the deal, stories are great. I'm really big on storytelling. Why? Because you can convey so much information about yourself, and if you story swap, right, you have more conversational threads or leads to work off of, okay? So, I love telling a great, well-told, textured story with twists and turns and adventure and just chock full of all these things about myself that she can feel. Why? Because she can envision it. She can see it inside of her head. And now it's the next best thing to be in there, okay? She's seeing what it's like to be a part of my reality. And if it's attractive to her, she's gonna want to be a part of my reality. See, a lot of times guys, you know, like I said before, have an issue with, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to talk about. Talk about your passions, man. A girl wants to feel what you're passionate about. It almost doesn't matter what it even is, as long as you convey the passion in it, okay? I had a student one time ask me, he was like,
Man, Dale, I'm a gamer. And, the thing is that, well, a lot of times girls, they just, they find gamer guys to be, like, nerdy and just unappealing and, things like that. And I'm always afraid to tell girls that I'm a gamer because I don't want them to judge me for it. I don't want that negative connotation. And so I hide that part of my life, but it's a big part of my life.
And I was like, you're doing it all wrong, man. You're doing it all wrong. Definitely tell her that you're a gamer, but don't just say, oh yeah, I'm doing the video games. Don't say it like that. Tell her a story to make it relatable as to why you're a gamer, okay? So, he asked me for an example. And I sat back and I said to myself, well, what's the lamest thing that I can think of that a guy could be into that might be a girl repellent, quote unquote? And where my mind went was, and I apologize in advance if this is you, but now at least you'll have a frame of reference as to how to spell it out. But thing is, the thing that I came up with was guys that are into model trains. You've seen these guys, right? They go to the hobby shops and get these model trains and set them up, and they wear conductor hats while they're doing it and all that kind of thing. It's definitely not my bag, and it's weird to me, kind of. And again, I apologize if that's you. More power to you, man. What you're into is what you're into, okay? So that's what I came up with. So I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna tell you a story, all right? Now, I'm gonna preface this story by telling you this story is 100% not true. I was just trying to give him an example as to how to tell a story, okay? So none of this actually happened. But the story I told him was this. Say for instance, a girl's like, well, what is it that you're into? Well, what I'm gonna tell her is I'm gonna be like, I don't know if I can trust you with that information. That's pretty sensitive information, and I don't know if you can handle it, quite honestly. Oh, come on, yeah, I can, just tell me, what is it? See, I want her to want it. I want her to want the story, all right? Not just, here's a story, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that. I want her to plead and beg to hear this story about me, okay? So, you should be like, yeah, I can handle it. Yeah, what is it? All right, here's the deal. I'm gonna break it down for you, all right? But again, sensitive information, don't let this get out. All right, so I'm into model trains, all right? And I know how that sounds, all right? But here's the deal. You know, when I was like, I don't know, about 12 years old, it was Christmas, right? And I wake up Christmas morning, and I was so excited. Why? Well, because it was Christmas, for one, but I wanted this bike so bad. So bad. And I just knew that I was gonna get it, you know? And so I get up, I run to the tree, sure enough, no bike. I go outside, I'm looking in my garage, I'm thinking that's probably where it got hidden. Nope, no bike. And I was so disappointed, right? Because all my neighborhood friends, you know, they like to pretend that they were Sons of Anarchy or a motorcycle gang or whatever, and I couldn't be in the gang. I was like basically one of the girls at the, wherever it is that they meet, the clubhouse or whatever. So, and that's no fun. So I wanted to be in the motorcycle gang. So anyway, you know, I'm a little distraught, but whatever, you know, and my mom and my dad, they come out the bedroom and, you know, we're gonna start opening presents and all that kind of thing. Well, here's the deal, you know, my dad, him and I, we never really spent a whole lot of time together. He wasn't a very affectionate dad. He was a good dad, provided for us, certainly, but, you know, he worked a lot and he just wasn't a real affectionate type of guy. And we just didn't have many things in common, you know? So, I'm opening my presents, and what do I find but a model train set? And I'm like, you know, who wants that, you know? But my dad was super excited about it. It may as well have been for him. So, my dad's stoked, and he's like, come on, let's go downstairs, let's set this thing up. So him and I are setting this up, and it was like the first time in a long time that it was just him and I doing something together that he really enjoyed and enjoyed me being there doing it with him, you know? And so I really connected with that. And then, you know, as time went by, we're going to these train shows, we're buying model trains, and this little itty bitty train set before too long turned into a big city. And we had, like, you know, houses and stores and people and trains going this way, that way, the smoke coming off the smokestacks and the, you know, the sounds, the bells chiming as the, you know, the crossing thing comes over the street and all that kind of thing. And, you know, the thing is, it was just like our one thing together that we connected and bonded over. Well, several years ago, my dad passed away. And so I took all that model train stuff from my parents' house and I set it up in my house. And now I've got the city in my basement. And, you know, anytime that I kind of feel like I miss my dad, you know, I like to go down there and just turn it all on and just watch it and smell the smoke that comes from the trains and the sounds. And it just brings me back to that time that I was 12. On that Christmas morning when I first got that train set. So if you don't like model trains, fuck you. All right, so here's the deal. End of story. Here's the thing. The story isn't really about the model trains. The story is about the connection between me and my dad. All right, and she's gonna be able to feel that because A, it's a good story. You probably want to go buy model trains now. But B, the thing is that she's going to be able to see it in her head as a reality with something that resonates with her. She's had loss in her life. She's bonded with somebody in her life, you know, and so she's going to be able to understand that on an emotional level, all right, which makes for great connection. And that's what these conversations are all about, is leading towards that connection. all right? So if you have a few stories that you normally tell people, learn how to talk about the experience of it and the emotions involved in it. Tell the story from that perspective, not the factual, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, the end, okay? You know, like, that's not a really good way to tell a story. You want the emotions. You want the poignant pauses. You want to make her feel something, okay? And we can go so much deeper on this, on starting conversations with the Social Blueprint Mastery Program. Okay, so listen guys, if you want to step it up to the next level, if you want your interactions with women to be on your terms, taking them where you want it to go, and bringing the type of women into your life that you want to have there, not just, oh, I met this girl, it was a friend of a friend, and I guess we're gonna go out now. Like, nah, man, come on. Go out there and start bringing the type of women into your life and growing out your social circle the best way possible. And that is this program, all right? And so if you want to find out a little bit more about it, we're going to put a link in the description. All you got to do is go check it out, and it will be a life-changing experience for you, guaranteed, okay? I put my guarantee on this, and I don't do that often, okay? So that's the deal. We'll see you guys in the next one. Salute.